All right, so here's the line. Jesus is chilling with his crew, the disciples, and one of them, Philip, says, "Jesus, just show us the Father. That'll be enough for us." Basically, he's like, "We want to see God, like the real God." And Jesus hits him with this line right here. "Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father." John 14, verse 9. Let's stop right there. That's huge, right? Like, imagine saying that. You want to see God? Look at me. That's not something you say unless you're either cool or you're really him. But Jesus wasn't being cocky. He was telling the truth. So let's break it down. We all grow up hearing different things about God. Some people think he's like this big, angry man in the sky. Others think he's distant. Like, yeah, he made the world but dipped out after that. But Jesus came to clear all that up. He came to show us who God really is. So when Jesus says, "If you've seen me, you've seen the Father," he's saying, I'm the clearest picture of God you'll ever get. Like, you know when you're trying to figure someone out, and then you meet their kid, and suddenly it clicks? Like, oh, okay, that's where that comes from. Except with Jesus, it's not just resemblance. It's not just like father, like son. Nah, Jesus is saying, me and the Father were one. Same heart, same mind, same love. Let me throw in one more verse that really backs this up. Hebrews 1 verse 3 says, "The Son is the exact representation of God's being." Did you catch that? Not a copy, not a version, not an impression, exact. That means if you want to know what God thinks about broken people, look at Jesus healing the sick. You want to know how God feels about your mess-ups, your failures? Look at Jesus forgiving the woman caught in adultery. You want to know what God does when people are outcasts? When the world says, you don't belong? Look at Jesus eating with the tax collectors and lepers. Jesus is saying, this right here is what God looks like. And that's so freeing, man, because a lot of people are scared of God. They think he's out to get them. But Jesus is like, yo, if you've seen me, my kindness, my compassion, my truth, my love, then you've seen the Father. That's him. It's not two different gods, not Old Testament God versus New Testament Jesus. Same God. And Jesus is the full reveal. Let me tell you why that matters. Because some of us walk around thinking God's mad at us, or like he's impossible to please. But if you know Jesus, if you've read how he loved people, helped people, stood up for the broken, that's how God sees you. So maybe you've been asking, what's God really like? Jesus is your answer. He didn't just tell us about the Father, he showed us the Father. And I love that.